battle against coronavirus continues. In fact, it seems that it is getting even more challenging now. Speaking about the fresh cases of COVID-19, India has registered 25,320 new cases in just the last 24 hours, which is the highest in nearly 3 months. The number of fresh infections recorded on Sunday is nearly 1.7% higher than what was reported yesterday. On the other hand, many cities are facing restrictions in view of the spike in COVID cases. Meanwhile, amping up the vaccination process, nearly 3 crore vaccine doses have been administered in India so far. But not to forget that the mutant strains are also gaining ground in the country. So what is the solution to all this? What are the implications of the spike that is being witnessed? Is this really the start of a new wave of infections? And if yes, how should India prepare itself at this stage?
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition, Debate Number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Well, let's take all those questions across to experts joining us on the broadcast. We have with us Dr. Shashank Joshi, member of the COVID Task Force Maharashtra, Dr. Sudhir Bhandari, member of Government Advisory Committee on COVID, Principal and Controller SMS Medical Hospital and attached group of hospitals, and Dr. Ravi Malik, former Secretary of the IMA. Good evening to all of you. I first want to go across to Dr. Joshi because alarming reports coming in from Maharashtra. 16,000, I believe more than 16,000 cases have been reported from the state of Maharashtra. What really is happening? Is this because of the mutant strain of the coronavirus? Is this because, COVID protocols are not being followed anymore, or there are negligent behavior that is being reported? What really is the reason behind this sudden spike that we are witnessing?
I think there are multiple reasons. Thank you for having me here. The first reason is, of course, complete lack of adherence to COVID appropriate behavior, no masking. This trend has been continuing constantly. The current high numbers are because the testing numbers have been ramped up. Maharashtra is testing more than lakh plus tests. Mumbai is testing more than 20,000 plus tests. The test positivity rate, however, is very alarming. The Maharashtra test positivity rate today is around 15%. Mumbai test positivity rate is around 8%. But clearly, these are red signals coming up very rapidly and fast over the last 3 weeks. We suddenly saw a surge. Probably we are already in the second wave as far as Maharashtra is concerned. And it's a clear signal that there is something else happening here, because not only there is lack of COVID appropriate behavior, but possibility of a homegrown mutant strain cannot be ruled out. The good thing is 92% recovery and a very low death rate. In fact, the current case fatality rate is only at 0.5%. Mumbai has reported only 7 deaths out of 1,900 plus cases today. Maharashtra out of 16,000 has only reported less than 50 cases today. So obviously there are some good signs. The virus probably is a little milder, and the healthcare infrastructure is ready. And what is very peculiar is the private hospitals are more flooded, at least in Mumbai city, compared to the public health infrastructure, because at least in the lower socioeconomic strata, there is some degree of immune or exposure being higher is less reflected. For example, Dharavi is still reporting a single digit or a double digit case compared to the areas like Mulund, which have a test positivity rate of about 15%. So I think the micro containment, ramping up testing strategies, and increasing contact tracing up to 1:30 is going to be the strategy. The biggest nightmare Maharashtra is facing is 80% of cases are asymptomatic, and it's very difficult to isolate them at home. And because they are difficult to isolate them at home, they don't stay home quarantined for a good 10 to 14 days, and they tend to go outside and spread. And probably many parts of Maharashtra is now adopting institutional quarantine even for asymptomatic cases. And that's something which is
there are new restrictions in place. Some districts have gone under lockdown once again, Dr. Ravi Malik. And, a year back, we didn't know what was happening around us. We didn't know the extent of damage this infection or this pandemic could have on us. We didn't know what the precautionary measures were. It took us some time. To understand that. And the entire process of how you can curb the spread, we did that successfully. But are we now back to square one? Although, of course, the spike is not what it was witnessed last year, but it is gradually increasing. We now know the process, the measures that we need to take to keep ourselves safe. Then why are we witnessing this surge?
Look, I must put on my point that in July 2020, there were 26,000 cases being reported every day. And today we are sitting on 14th of March 2021 with almost 25,000, almost equal number of cases we are being they are being reported, and with the maximum numbers coming from Maharashtra. Look, what has happened over a period of time is that after the coming of vaccine, probably the people have gone little more careless. Everybody is on the high adrenaline drive, which is of course justified. We must congratulate our scientists and doctors that they have taken out the vaccine, but there is a rider to it. Number one, the vaccine is protective only in 70% of the cases, 30% you are still vulnerable. So you should follow the COVID appropriate behavior meticulously and religiously. It is very important, because I have seen that people are not following exactly the COVID appropriate behavior. That is number one. Number two, our herd immunity has not increased to that level that we should become careless. Number three, very important point, as a pediatrician I can tell you, our children are still vulnerable. The children who are less than 15 years, they account for almost 30 to 32% of our population, and there is no vaccine available on the planet for the children. So long as our children are also vulnerable, we should take all measures and precautions. It is very important for us to understand. Vaccine, we cannot take any kind of leverage unless we take the COVID appropriate behavior into account. And I must tell you, it is a preventive disease. You take your due precautions for hand hygiene, respiratory hygiene and social distancing, COVID cannot touch you. This is very important for all of us to understand. So it is very important that we should take and follow religiously the COVID appropriate behavior. And now the data are little scary, because the way they are increasing, they can take fission reaction also. So it is very important for us to understand that although we are short of
there seems to be some problem in that connection with Dr. Ravi Malik. I want to quickly go across to Dr. Sudhir Bhandari. The reality of today, Dr. Bhandari, is that masks and COVID appropriate behavior are a part of our lifestyle. We cannot run away from that reality. We have to accept it. Yes, the vaccination drive is underway, but not all of us have been inoculated. And despite, in some cases, people being inoculated, they have contracted the infection. So one will have to follow this lifestyle. I don't know for how long this is going to happen, for how long we can take it, but that's the reality.
You are absolutely correct. I must share with you that again the resurgence of patients and the resurgence of big number have proved the necessity and how important is a COVID appropriate behavior. Secondly, whatever, we need to be very careful. People at large need to understand that we may not lose the almost one battle. We were almost at the fag end of the increasing number, the cases were declining, and definitely with the arrival of vaccines, which is going to be taken in 2 doses, and with the immunity developing after 2 to 3 weeks of booster dose. So one need not to get relaxed that vaccine is going to be there. It is absolutely a disease which need to be protected by COVID appropriate behavior. Why lockdown in some cities and some states? This is because there's been a voluntary decline of following these COVID protocols, and that's the reason it is mandatorily being imposed in the form of lockdown, etc. Secondly, you know, one of the principles of formation of mutant variants is greater the number of COVID involved patients, greater will be chances of mutation. So one of the way we are going to gain is that reducing the COVID-19 patients, even with the original strain, there will be lesser chances of mutation to get into this. So whatever may be the increasing immunity of public at large, developing immunity post-vaccination, over the period of time developing the herd immunity, but all these are far-fetched things. We need to protect ourselves and our society by COVID appropriate behavior. It is excessive interpersonal interaction in the form of malls, in the form of movies, in the form of schools, etc., that we really need to be very careful and watchful for next few days. There is a scientifically proven evidence that greater is the spread, greater is the number of patients with COVID-19 standard virus, greater is going to be the mutation. Secondly, lot of important aspect is that we need to get ourselves immunized. We need to proactively get ourselves immunized. Definitely debate is going on between the first and the second dose gap, which will be soon clearer. There is a lot of research going on in Western world regarding multivalent vaccine, which would cover the present COVID as well as the mutant variation also.
Right.
But whatever may be the reason said, we need not to look forward for a forceful implementation of COVID appropriate behavior. Probably
Okay,
this is a learning
I want to go
of
across to Dr.
resurgence
Joshi for a
resurgence
yes,
that we need
for
to
his
have
for
this
his
protocol.
view. A very quick question, Dr. Joshi. Do you think going back in the lockdown phase is really the only solution? That's the only way we can curb it?
Absolutely not. I don't think we can afford a lockdown, neither should we have a lockdown. I think the right public health strategy is micro-containment, sealing of buildings, sealing of floors, and sealing of the zones which are having spreaders and super spreader events. I don't think we should go for a lockdown. That is not a solution. Unfortunately, neither people, as Dr. Bhandari and Dr. Mallika Singh, are following COVID-appropriate masking, distancing, and sanitization, nor are the establishments like the shops, the malls, the hotels, the restaurants are following COVID protocols like having 50% of people, rotating them, and ensuring that there is masking there. So we need to ensure that these norms, if they are followed, we will not have this challenge. Independent of whatever happens, there is a very high possibility that what happened in Amravati and Vidarbha region, which was a low exposed region, probably there was a mutant strain because there is a rapid spread in clusters. And I think that's something which was scary. And that's why probably in that area,
Well, the
there has been a
administration and the
limited lockdown.
governments, the administration and the governments will have to take care of that situation. But on an individual level, I think we have no other option but to follow the COVID protocols if we do not want another phase of lockdown, because we cannot afford it. Businesses were impacted. Each and every individual has suffered losses due to it. So we have to follow the COVID protocols and keep ourselves safe. Thank you very much to all the doctors. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast.